Hi, it's Tina and Tim again. And this time, I think people need to know what the difference between excessive corporal punishment is and when Child Protective Services comes out to investigate that, and just regular old punishment, or even let's call it spankings.
Okay, so I'll try to keep it brief and like always, check back in for more elaborate, answers, or as always, look in the comments section and you can give us your question if you want a little more clarification and I can address it later. But excessive corporal punishment is a two-part definition. We're looking first at corporal punishment. And what is corporal punishment? So corporal punishment really is any form of punishment to the child, right? Outside of timeouts and things like that. Is it excessive? That's the other piece of it that we look at to determine, is it just a one-time occurrence or is it overly done? Is it over the top, right? So for spanking is the example. In New York State, you may spank your child. It must be with an open hand. It must not leave any marks on your child, and it can only be on the buttocks. You cannot smack your child in the face with an open hand, back of the head, in the chest.
Wow.
It's what the discipline is, and does the discipline actually warrant what happened in the situation? So there's part of that training that we go through, right? So excessive corporal punishment is you used a belt, you used a spoon, you used your fist, or you slapped your child on the behind so hard that it left a welt or a permanent red mark or a bruise. That's excessive corporal punishment in terms of spanking. But there are a lot of different variations. One that pops to mind that I had as a case is what they call wall sits that they use in the military, where you squat down and sit like an imaginary chair with your back against the wall. That's not okay. You can't do that to your kids. That's excessive corporal punishment. And there's a lot of different variations, like I said, but that's one of the things we look at when we go out is, does the punishment fit what the actual thing that happened? Is it an appropriate punishment to what the child did? Where was it on the body? How was it administered? Did it leave a mark? Did it leave a lasting psychological problem? Things like that. So there's a lot that goes into looking at excessive corporal punishment. But really, the key to know is, can you spank your kid if that's what you're asking? Yes, in New York State, you can spank your child, open hand, on the hiney. You can't leave a mark. You hit them once, you can't beat them like 45 times repeatedly.
Thank you for that answer. And I'm sure in one of our longer discussions, we'll get into all sorts of crazy ways and stories that have happened to children and what parents have gone through themselves. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like us and remember to subscribe.